Hey, I'm Morgan, and I'm here to talk to you about how to prepare mentally for a pageant. My first piece of advice is something I call catch and counteract. An important principle to remember while you prepare is that words have power. There is more power in the tongue than you can imagine. And a lot of the times I'll catch myself saying something negative and I immediately try to counteract it. An example of when you might need to catch and counteract is when you first arrive at a competitive pageant. You know, when you walk in and you see all these beautiful girls, and they of course all have amazing bodies and gorgeous faces and the best wardrobe in town, and you kind of freak out a little bit and get insecure and start doubting yourself or comparing yourself to someone else, and all of a sudden all of those insecurities come out to play. When I think those negative things, I try to say something positive about myself. So those thoughts come into play, and immediately I'll say, okay, but you know what? I have an amazing smile, and I really love my eyes. And that kind of makes it all better for me. Always speak life, not death, because it's much more important than you know. Stay away from any negativity of any kind as much as possible. Negativity and constant complaining will kill your spirit. My second tip is to always believe in yourself. It's essential to your success that you believe in what you have to offer before you go into the line of fire. Otherwise, you might get intimidated easily. If you don't perfect that confidence, that inner strength, and mental toughness beforehand, you will most likely shrink back once you get to the competition. Here's a helpful exercise that will without a doubt build your confidence. My best friend Benji encouraged me during my preparations for Miss Oklahoma USA and Miss USA to journal. Every night at the end of my journal, I'd write down 3 physical characteristics that I loved about myself. For example, I love that I have green eyes. It's as simple as that. Then I'd write down 3 other characteristics about myself, and this could be anything. For example, I'm thankful that I sincerely enjoy serving other people. And then, finally, I would write down 1 reason why I felt that I would make a fantastic Miss USA. And that could be something like, I would love to be Miss USA because of the incredible honor it would be to represent this great country. It's as simple as that, you guys. And remember, you can tailor it to however you want. It can be 1 quality a day, it can be 5 qualities a day, really just depending on how soon your competition is approaching. Every night, I would add to the list, and when I felt discouraged, I'd review the journal and instantly be encouraged. The more I affirmed to myself who I was and the goal at hand, the more I began to believe that I really could do this and that I really did have what it took. You can read it every night if you choose, but especially during your competition or right before you step out on stage. If you are confident, it oozes out of you, and it makes a huge difference in your stage presence. And it all starts in your mind. My last tip is to not lose yourself. In order to really believe in yourself, you can't lose yourself. I know in competing, everyone is telling you who you should be, how you should look, what you should wear, what you should say. It's information overload, right? But never, ever lose sight of who you are. Remember to just be you. If you're going to win or if you're going to lose, you might as well do that being yourself. Never let anyone dictate who you're going to be or strip you of that identity and create you into something that you're not or the ideal image to portray. And be careful not to find your security or your identity in your obvious external beauty. Aside from the awesome wardrobe, aside from the photo shoots, aside from the glamour, you alone are enough. And remember, there's no one else on earth identical to you. And there never will be. I love this concept. When I was a kid, my dad used to say, Morgan Woolard, the one and only, never to be reduplicated. And it's kind of cool to think, you know what? You're an original. God said you are fearfully and wonderfully made. You're beautiful just the way you are. And don't you ever forget it.